Amid the glittering chaos of award season whispers and red carpet glamour, few performers embody the quiet intensity of transformation quite like Jessie Buckley. The Irish actress, whose career has been a meteoric ascent from theatre stages to silver screen stardom, finds herself at a crossroads that's as personal as it is professional. Her latest role in the poignant drama Hamnet has ignited fervent Oscar buzz, positioning her as a frontrunner in the Best Actress race. Yet, in interviews and appearances, Buckley remains refreshingly grounded, her responses laced with the humility of someone who's traded spotlights for sleepless nights and script readings for storybooks. "I haven't fully worked out how I feel about that," she confessed at the film's premiere, her words a gentle deflection of the hype machine. It's this authenticity that has endeared her to audiences and critics alike, turning Hamnet from a period piece into a mirror for modern souls grappling with loss. At its core, Hamnet is a tapestry woven from history's threads, reimagining the Shakespearean legend through the lens of intimate devastation. Buckley stars as Agnes Shakespeare, the enigmatic wife of the bard himself, portrayed with brooding depth by Paul Mescal. The story orbits the heart-wrenching loss of their young son, Hamnet, whose untimely death at age 11 is believed to have shadowed the creation of Hamlet. Directed by the visionary Chloé Zhao, fresh off her Nomadland triumph, and produced by none other than Steven Spielberg, the film doesn't merely recount events, it excavates the emotional bedrock beneath them. Agnes emerges not as a footnote in literary lore but as a fully fleshed force of nature. Herbalist, mother, mystic, whose grief manifests in visions, rituals, and a fierce reclaiming of agency. Buckley's portrayal is a revelation, layering Agnes with a quiet ferocity that simmers like a potion on the boil. Her eyes, those piercing green orbs, convey volumes, tenderness in stolen moments with her children, rage against fate's cruelty, and a resilient spark that defies the era's patriarchal constraints. The production itself was a labor of love, born from a script that captured Zhao's signature blend of vast landscapes and intimate psyches. Filming in the rolling hills of England stood in for 16th-century Stratford-upon-Avon, where the air seemed thick with echoes of quills scratching parchment and laughter cut short. Buckley immersed herself fully, drawing on her own well of empathy to channel Agnes's arc from joyful matriarch to spectral seeker. "I'm really proud to be putting this film out in the world, and I'm so happy that it's been responded to in the way it has," she shared at the premiere, her voice warm with gratitude. "I mean, to make anything at all is a triumph. The other stuff is extra." This ethos permeates her approach, a reminder that in an industry obsessed with accolades, the true victory lies in the work's resonance. Early screenings have drawn comparisons to The Favourite for its sharp wit amid sorrow, with critics praising how Hamnet humanizes the mythos, making Shakespeare's genius feel fallibly human. Buckley's journey to this role is a narrative of serendipity and grit. Hailing from Killarney, Ireland, she burst onto the scene via the BBC's I'd Do Anything talent search, her raw talent earning her a spot in the West End's Oliver. From there, it was a whirlwind, Olivier Award for Cabaret, a Tony nod for The Ferryman, and film roles that showcased her chameleon-like range. Her breakout in Wild Rose captured a country singer's defiant spirit, while I'm Thinking of Ending Things delved into psychological labyrinths under Charlie Kaufman's direction. Then came The Lost Daughter, Maggie Gyllenhaal's directorial debut, where Buckley's turn as a young mother earned her that elusive Academy Award nomination, a first for the then 31-year-old. "It was like being handed a golden ticket, but one that came with strings of self-doubt," she later reflected. That nod wasn't just validation, it was a launch pad, affirming her as a performer who could anchor any story with emotional truth. But life, as Buckley knows well, has a way of interlacing art with reality. Just as Hamnet's production wrapped, she stepped into motherhood, a major life milestone, as she calls it, that has reshaped her world in profound diapers in all ways. "I'm also a new mom, so, like, most of the time I'm changing a nappy and coming to things like this," she laughed at the premiere, her casual candor cutting through the formality like a breath of fresh air. Becoming a parent amid a career high-wire act has been a balancing act of exhaustion and ecstasy. Sources close to her describe late-night feeds interspersed with line memorizations, playdates doubling as table reads. Yet this new chapter has infused her work with deeper layers. Agnes's maternal ferocity mirrors Buckley's own protective instincts, turning performance into personal excavation. "I'm just trying to be present in the moment," she says, a mantra that's become her anchor. In a town where ambition often eclipses family, Buckley's choice to prioritize presence is revolutionary, a quiet rebellion against the hustle. The Hamnet ensemble deserves equal acclaim, a dream team that elevated the material. Paul Mescal, channeling Will Shakespeare's tormented genius, brings a brooding intensity that's equal parts poet and prankster. Scenes of him scribbling verses by candlelight contrast with playful romps in the woods, humanizing the icon. Joe Alwyn as Will's steadfast brother adds grounded warmth, while Emily Watson's portrayal of Agnes's formidable mother crackles with maternal steel. Then there are the Jupe brothers, Noah and Jacoby, whose wide-eyed innocence as the Shakespeare children tugs at heartstrings, their on-screen sibling bond forged in off-screen mischief. It was so light on set, Buckley revealed, painting a picture of camaraderie amid heavy themes. I think we all approach it with intention but with the lightest of touches, and we just loved each other, we really were like a family. Zhao's direction fostered this alchemy, encouraging improvisation in the meadows and tearful trust falls and close-ups. Spielberg's involvement lent gravitas, his production touch ensuring the film's emotional core shone through period trappings. As Oscar conversations swirl, Buckley remains philosophical. I don't think any of us take for granted what our jobs are, and there's been so much extraordinary work put out, she noted, tipping her hat to a year rich with female-led stories, from Poor Things to the Color Purple remake. Her previous nomination taught her the game's whimsy: winds are fleeting but the craft endures. Off-screen, Buckley's life blooms with Irish roots, weekends in the countryside, folk tunes on the guitar, and advocacy for mental health, inspired by her own battles with anxiety. She's a patron for the mental health charity Mind, using her platform to destigmatize the wild child facade many performers wear. Motherhood has amplified this, her social media glimpses, rare but radiant, showing sun-dappled walks and tiny hands in hers.